I've got somebody here who's been through quite a deal of adversity in their time and has come out as an enlightened sort of individual, being able to learn self-defense for himself, create his own style, teach others, and basically become enlightened. It's a kind of a Jeet Kune Do without the box ticking. So it's the real Jeet Kune Do if it didn't need to be measured, as it were. So please introduce yourself.
Thanks very much, Steve. Yeah, nice one. I'm Sylvan Clark, and I'm the author of Protect You, the Ultimate Self-Defense Guide, Shine Your Light, a Dream Chaser's Handbook, and Streets of Thunder, a fiction based on a true story. And all these are based from my experiences from being young, through going through harassment, bullying, some severe victimizations, and then basically seeing a kind of light with the help of two elders, and improving my own personal self-worth, as well as learning my own self-defense, as Steve mentioned, and also basically teaching others and providing guidance elsewhere in terms of self-improvement.
Excellent. So I believe those two elders were not were kind of unique to each other, which probably helps you create your unique style.
Oh, they certainly were. Yeah. One was like a street wrestling type expert. It's not a martial art in any way, shape, or form. They were just really good at handling people and handling adverse conflicts where in the street fights with the street gangs, etc., and protecting me, looking after me, and definitely showing me movements, techniques, strategies to help me build my confidence. And the other one was a kung fu expert without being an expert. They did martial arts, they did go to a few clubs, but they stepped away from being in the club scene. They didn't like it. They wanted to do their own thing. So I learned from this very skillful martial arts expert, in my eyes. He'd probably hate me for saying expert, but yeah, he was a very good martial artist looking type person who could defend himself very well.
Excellent. So we're kind of almost going into the Jeet Kune Do philosophy there, aren't we? Because it, again, sort of not going into a class to be a black belt in etc., but taking probably the best elements of that class and making it part of your own.
Oh, yeah.
Seems to be the case.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, there was a time when you were a bouncer, and I think what I remember you saying to me previously about this was your idea of basically bringing, diffusing situations with talking, violence as being the last resort, etc. Because obviously bouncers get quite a reputation, or have had quite a reputation.
Yeah, in those times, it was like bouncers were a little bit hard, and to me, that experience gave me quite a lot of grounding in terms of being able to deal with people in a more calm way through the power of the word. The power of the word really did help my situations quite a lot. Also, not just the word on its own. You still have to have a good stance. You still have to have a good stature. You still have to, put yourself in a good position to still look strong. It's not just a matter of going, I want to use fancy words. You still have to have a lot of other things surrounding that in order to back up those words.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, they're not going to sort of sit down and you sort of like cross your legs and sit behind a desk and smoke a cigar
exactly.
and offer them one. And yeah, okay. So, based on sort of like what would one childhood memory sort of give us a sneak peek into what you do now?
Some people will like you, some people won't like you. Like I've always said, really, you can't really please everybody, and not everybody's going to like you. You've really got to look at you as an individual and say, well, I like me and I want to improve me. And along the way, if you don't like me, then fine, you can take a seat and I don't have to like you. It's one of those things. The world is not built to allow, apparently, everybody to like everybody, because you're going to have your own opinions about certain things. And so for me, the younger side, seeing what I am now, really, it's looking at that glimmer of hope. It's looking at that, be the change that you want to see. I wanted to see the change of not getting bullied anymore, not getting harassed. I wanted to be able to defend myself, and I took those actions to try and do that as best possible.
Yeah, excellent. So, well, so on a similar sort of vein, then. So, what would your younger self be surprised at the most if you could see yourself now?
Well, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. I'm so grateful for the things that I have done and the two elders that I had back in the day, because you need somebody who's going to give you that support, who's going to support your performance, who's going to big you up, who's going to really, at the end of the day, enhance your development, and they're not going to hold you down and, say you can't do this. They said I can, and I did.
Yeah, I actually believe that myself. I think, yeah, I know from my own experience a lot of sort of having to jump through hoops and think you spend more of your time proving yourself to others than what is possibly necessary, really. And liking yourself is part of saying, I don't need to prove myself to others, but it's not to also say that I'm infallible. I do need help.
That's so correct.
I think it's like the old saying that said, give a man a fish and he eats for a day, teach a man to fish and he eats for a lifetime.
Boom.
Yeah. So what's probably been the best compliment you've ever had when you've been, especially in these situations?
I think for me, looking back, it's really about getting the appreciation from people who were better than myself or were perceived to have been better than myself when I was younger, and looking up to those types of people and hearing about their experiences. This one person was really fast. I don't know, they were like inhumanly fast, with their hands especially. And yeah. So when working out with me, and then for them to basically turn around to me and stop and bow down to me and say, wow, you're fast, with a proper, genuine, almost sad look on their face, like, damn, somebody's faster than me type thing.
Yeah.
That was really appreciated, because that's all the hard work that we'd put into it. When I say we, it was the early days of me being with the elders. I then developed myself once I'd left the elders and stuff like that. But I'm just going back to the people that did have that important influence on me, in order to start me on my road to actually developing myself in my own self-defense system.
What motivates you in your journey now?
What motivates me? The motivation is really just thinking about protecting myself and protecting others, and maybe getting the smallest of messages out there just to basically say, look, protect you. At the end of the day, it's not just about the physical self-defense side of things. It's about the well-being of yourself, protecting your own mental state, protecting how you're reacting to things that are happening in your life, and basically, in a nutshell, protecting you as a whole in terms of any relationships that you're in, any contacts that you have with others, and just protecting your own worth at the end of the day, because nobody's going to protect you. The only one that's really going to protect you is you. And even if you are top of the list in anyone's eyes and you're the chosen one, you still need to look after yourself, and you still have to protect you.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, okay. So, sort of bringing it to a close a bit now. So, what is the thing that actually makes you nervous about what you see today?
One of the key things that makes me very nervous is looking basically on the social media side in terms of references to self-defense and the self-defense that's being demonstrated and shown.
Right, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I certainly know about social media and the tittle-tattle it creates. Do you prefer, are you wanting to go to a wide audience with this, or do you prefer thin people?
I'm open to anyone having access to the correct information at the right time, at the right moment in their lives. whether they're wide, whether they're thin, whether they're small, whether they're tall. Anybody is open to receiving the correct self-defense that can help protect them.
Okay, then. So, can you now give us some websites, give us some details, nice and slowly, that will obviously be shared?
Excellent. So my personal site is the Protect You site, and it is protectyou1984.wordpress.com. Within the site, there's a host of information regarding self-defense psychology training, and there's the self-defense review series. There's books on there, Shine Your Light, The Streets of Thunder, The Protect You, The Ultimate Self-Defense Guide. So
Excellent.
all in all, it's a one-stop shop for
self-defense
sounds plenty requirements.
In there. Yeah, superb. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Sylvan Clark, or sometimes known as Mr. C, I believe.
Yes, definitely. From the Streets of Thunder.
Mr. C from the Streets of Thunder. Mm-hmm. And here's where you heard it. Okay, thanks a lot, Mr. Clark.
Thanks a lot, Steve.
Doing well.
Cheers. Bye now.
Bye now.